All right. Welcome back to FriendZone 3. We are getting ready to start Chapter 4. I've gotten a lot of comments on how I found FriendZone 3, and I'll let you guys know that as far as what I've heard, it's not available in every country. But if you want to learn how to get FriendZone 3, all you have to do is go to Google Play Store. And I don't know if it's on Apple. All I know is I got it from Google. I got it from the Google Play Store. Download Sutoko, Sutoko. And when you download that, it's got a few different SMS games. FriendZone 3 is one of them. So if you guys want to get FriendZone 3, you got to get it through Sutoko. So, with further ado, let's get right back into it. Let's get back into Chapter 4, Zoes Sunset. After your conversation with X92, your phone rebooted and you didn't turn back on for a while. When it finally does, discover 2 messages from Zoe, one of them of which is hidden. And now, if you guys remember in the first 3 chapters, we were talking with X92, and he, hacked into our phone to give us hacking abilities. So that's going to be very interesting to figure out what's going on with these hidden messages, these deleted messages that Zoe sent us, and who are we not supposed to trust? In that hacker thing, it was telling us not to trust her, and it said 4 or 5 times. So Zoe's here. Hey, tongue-tied, I don't know why you left all of a sudden. I'm sorry for being so distant these past couple of months. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. You were one of the people in my life who I can truly trust, and I really value friendship. I don't usually send long messages like this, but I want to talk to you about what's been going on. I'm going to bed. Just send me a message when you get back. If I'm not asleep, then I'll answer you. Let's see if we can we open up the hidden message? No. Oh, there we go. Hack into the hidden message. Yes. Let's find out what Zoe doesn't want. You're a very dear friend, tongue-tied. And we got a new trophy. Name is Zoe Tapas. Password is 6364. Oh, so now we have Zoes Password. This will allow you to access several pieces of information about Zoe later on. Very good. Hopefully we don't have to remember that, but if we do, it's 6364. Let's just say, hey Zoe. So why wouldn't she want me to know you're a very dear friend, tongue-tied? Why would she delete that message? Let's ask if everything's all right. Not really. Something's been heavy on my mind, on my heart since earlier this evening. Is it something that's concerning me? She didn't want to. Okay. Is it me and Amy? Maybe that's what's heavy on her heart. I know you can help me feel better. Interesting. What'd you lie about? I received a phone call today, but it wasn't about my upcoming year in Washington. Why did you lie about it? I've been accepted into in the school in Washington. Initially, I wanted to tell you guys who the call really was, but then I decided to keep it to myself. That's why. If you want to talk about it, I'm here. If you think it's none of our business, then we can change the subject. No, let's talk about it, Zoe. Let's talk about it. What happened? Okay. She wants to know, what would you do if someone you love dearly suddenly exited your life? If I truly love the person, then I wouldn't let them leave. If she disappeared from my life with no warning, I suppose she doesn't deserve me. I'm certain that this has something to do with Amy. So let's find out. We wouldn't let them leave. What if I wasn't able to? Then it's their loss. They don't deserve us. Then you would have done the best you could. Yeah, then as long as you're happy with what you did, if you did the best you could, then then that's all that matters. I'm talking about my grandpa, so she's not talking about Amy at all. Maybe her grandpa passed away. He's currently hospitalized. My mother called me today to break the news to me. He doesn't have much longer to live. Good thing we didn't play off the it's their loss, scenario. That would have been terrible for Zoe. I'm really sorry, Zoe. Yeah, it's just life. Just life. That's all it is. He lives so far away. Let's try to console Zoe. I'm a bit ashamed to say, but I'm not close to my grandpa. He used to take care of me when I was a little girl, and when I grew old enough to make my own decisions, I left him all alone. We didn't even speak the same language. Aw. What do you mean by didn't speak like an actual different language, or he just didn't understand you because you were younger, he was older, the generational gap type of thing? There's nothing to be regretful for. So you probably don't have many memories with him. Say nothing. I don't know what to say. I'm just not going to say anything. I don't like either one of those two comments. Hand signals. Okay. When we were together, we would give each other big hugs and figure out if I was hungry. He would motion with his hands to say yum yum with a funny face. Despite the sorrow, thinking about it makes me smile. He can be proud of you, Zoe. Of course. I'm also proud of you. I thought there for a second with that, I thought she was gonna be like, I thought she was getting ready to friend zone me again. She appreciates it. For personal reasons, I won't be able to see him until he takes his final breath. I feel so powerless. For now, I'm not able to reach him, but my mom said she would call and that I would be able to speak to him then. Oh my goodness, Zoe says she loves me. Oh. Never mind. Those are my only words that he'll understand. But I mean, it means a lot to me. I thought she was telling me she loved me. I was about to friend zone Zoe. That's what yeah. It's a great idea. Being able to talk on the phone, even if they can't communicate, with a loved one or somebody in the family that's getting ready to pass, being able to talk to them on the phone if you can't physically see them is always a great thing to do. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I missed her call. Feel a bit better now. Let's talk about something else. I've got a problem with Brian. Oh, Brian's back. He's back? What is he doing now? Blaming yourself. Heart goes out to him. Oh, maybe he's still struggling from before too. Told him that he's sorry, but he never answered me. He's been offline for 28 days. He's probably blocked me. Yeah, probably. You were a bitch to him anyway, Zoe. You were so rude. He definitely did something. His reaction was really suspicious. It's understandable. That's understandable. It's understandable that he ghosted you, Zoe. What must be hard to bear, though, is coming back only to find that those closest to you have abandoned you, thinking that you're guilty. He's all alone, and it makes me want to help him, or at least make up for what happened. Do you have any idea what I could do? Leave him a voice message. It might make him answer back. I don't think that's necessary. I don't know. I don't know what you can do, Zoe. You don't sound like you want to help him. I don't help out those kind of. I just really don't know. What do you do in that kind of situation for Brian? I mean, he wasn't the cause of anything. He was a little suspicious, but he didn't cause anything, and we treated him like he was the worst person ever. Like, other than saying you're sorry and just leaving him alone, what do you do? You know? The Bell family is planning to meet with him to talk soon. Or to talk, though. I'll see what happens then. It's always hurtful, though, when you send a long and sincere message and never get an answer back. I'm an expert with those types of things. Even more so when the message is marked as read. Yeah. What matters is that things work themselves out in the end. In the end, we'll all experience those hurtful moments in life, but there will always be more joyful moments to come. It's very true. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. I can't keep my eyes open anymore. Sweet dreams, Zoe. Really helped me a lot. That's good. That's good. I helped Zoe. Alright, the trip with Zoe is coming up. You realize that this trip will allow you to take a step closer towards getting to know her, but also that you will become more distant to Amy. You go back to the lake a week later at dawn. Those waters that so often made your eyes gaze off into the distance are now covered by thick fog that blocked you from seeing clearly ahead, both in reality and metaphorically. Let's go to the chapter. Chapter 5, 1 week later at the lake. Spooky. Something comes closer in the fog. You distinguish a silhouette. This isn't the first time that you've came here. I'm not wrong. Am I tongue-tied? It's Amy. No, not Amy. Lucy. It's little Lucy. Hi, Lucy. How do you know my name? We already know it's Amy. Not Amy. Lucy. So we already know it's Lucy. But how do you... How do you know my name, I guess? Woman comes to sit next to you. How could I forget? It's little Lucy. Finally make out the woman to be Lucy, Amy's little sister. What are you doing here? I'm glad to see you. What brings you here so close to home? I was walking and got lost. I'm just curious. Nothing beats the beauty of this lake at this time of day. I mean, it's all foggy, so maybe not. I don't have much compared to this. But this lake will always be the prettiest for my family. But I think you already know that, which is why I've noticed after seeing you come here several times. I'm sure I'll be back again to enjoy this beautiful lake, so you've seen me come here often. I'm going to play it down a little bit. I don't want Lucy thinking that we're trying to that we're like upset over Amy. To be honest with you, I had a feeling you would be back. It doesn't surprise me coming from little Lucy. She talked to Zoe. She told me about your conversation you had with her a week ago. She wasn't doing well and you had the right words to help her open up. She even told me that you were proud of her. You should have seen the sparkle in her eyes. Wait, she was there with you? I was being sincere. But she was with you then? It's not for nothing that she called upon me. Coming for you, sincerity is what she expects. Do you know why? Because she thinks I'm her best friend. Because she trusts me. Exactly. We all know how much Zoe values trust. She knows that with you, things will go better because that's what you've shown her. Look, the lake, for example. This early in the morning, the fog covers its beauty, but come back in 2 hours, and you'll watch wonder of nature awaken. And when the sun sets, trust me, nothing is more beautiful than this lake. Rain, snow, or wind, this lake heals us. And that's how Zoe feels about you. It doesn't matter if her heart is sunny, overcast, she knows what she can count on. Do you not feel the same way about her? Zoe does interest me. I don't know, not really. It's not about Zoe, though. I think it's all about Amy. So I just don't know. Seeing you now, I'd say that Zoe is a good friend to you and nothing more. Am I wrong about that? She's much more than just a friend to me. But yeah, no. She's an excellent friend. She's friend-zoned me way too many times for her to be anything more, right? At least I know now for sure. We talked to her about this. Does she often talk about me? Does she often talk about me? I'll just say that it does happen. But I do think that ever since we rescued Amy, she's been trying to talk about you less. I think she doesn't know what to think anymore. But I think that she also doesn't want to face her problems. So it's what problem? Amy. Knowing Zoe, she's probably telling herself that it's not a good thing. She's probably telling herself that while you two were safely eating dinner, she was fighting for her life to escape. She shouldn't think that. I don't know what to say to that. She's right. I mean, we were trying to find Amy. But over a year, I guess over a year we weren't trying to find Amy. It was just only recently when Chloe showed up. She's right. She shouldn't be thinking like that. You and Zoe have the right to have your own life, especially since you were very sympathetic to our family. Will I be able to see Amy? How's Amy doing? I need to talk to Amy. So how's Amy doing? If you really want to know how she's doing, let me suggest something. In 2 days, you're planning to go on a trip to the mountains with Zoe and 3 of her friends, right? Sylvia and Christopher will be gone too. So I'll be left to take care of home. And since I know that you're trustworthy, I'm going to propose is that either you leave with Zoe or you stay behind with me, Amy, in order to help us out. But don't expect it to be as fun as a trip to the mountain with Zoe. Plus, I heard that she was preparing a surprise for you, so you might hurt her feelings if you don't go. So now we're at a crossroads. This is where the story is gonna change depending on what we do. And who are we not supposed to trust? Are we not supposed to trust Lucy, or are we not supposed to trust Zoe? It says don't trust her, but it didn't say who. I'd like to stay behind with you if that's all right. Let's do that. We want to stay behind. We want to talk with Amy. I'm positive that Amy will be so happy to see you. Got a new trophy. Time flies. I need to head back home. Think it over some more and send me a message when you're sure about your decision. Goodbye, tongue-tied. Lucy walks away with a smile on her face. What kind of smile? Evil smile? Happy smile? We don't know. We're unsure as to who we're supposed to trust. Is it Lucy or Zoe? Is it neither one of them? Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. We're going to find out, though. Tongue-tied is on the case. Lucy was right. A couple hours later, the lake was much more of a sight to behold and was creating in you inexplicable emotions. Emotions as inexplicable as Lucy's maturity and her ability to manipulate conversations as well as stare down the people she would talk to. She ended up putting you face to face with an interesting conundrum, that of choosing between Amy and Zoe. But what if, in the end, you never even had to choose between those two girls, and that none of this had ever happened? How would you react? Yeah, who knows? If we didn't have to choose between them, like if Amy was never kidnapped, where would we be at right now? Who knows? We have no idea. Chapter 6, back to reality. What would you do if everything up to this point never, ever or never even happened. Level of fear desired. I don't want to frighten anyone in a moderate way. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. This is back when we were doing our little storytelling with the candle lit and Amy and Zoe. And so there you have it. After the main character and the best friend save the girl, everything goes well after that, and they're finally able to meet 2 months later. Couldn't come up with anything better than that. A villain named Chloe pretending to be a guy is not that spooky. She's pretending to be a guy. She's got a personality disorder, or she's not. Oh, so the story so everything we played through wasn't a game. It was Amy and Zoe's story. It was Zoe's story. And how do you explain the fact that her phone was left in her car over a year later? That's not very smart. Amy, okay, well, whose turn is it? Tongue-tied. If you've got a story in mind. But now we're like with these choices right here, we don't know what's going on. So are we just seeing like a backflash, or are we starting to, man, what is going on? But right now we're back in FriendZoned with the first story, in the first FriendZone, when they're doing the scary story party. What are we doing here? Could you stop bringing over your weirdo friends? That's rude, Zoe. I swear he's different, Zoe. I can't see that he's different. But I don't understand. All of this was just a story. Am I dreaming right now? You're completely fine. Doing great. What's going on with you? Nothing, but all this seems abnormal to me. This guy's officially a nutcase. Zoe does not like me, apparently. Sorry, I'm starting to sound like my grandparents. That was pretty childish. I managed to say grandparents and childish in the same sentence. He's right. Yes, Amy, I'm right. I remember now. I was missing for over a year. And both of you. You were having a grand old time while I was abducted and living in the middle of nowhere. But I hardly know him. Oh, so Amy's starting to realize what's going on. Zoe still hasn't. I can't answer. I hear someone downstairs. Answer me or I'm calling the police. I'm okay, Zoe. Whoa. Oh, Chloe just joined. Something just happened. Good evening, Tongue-Tied. Welcome back. What? What? What just happened? You just had a nightmare. You've decided to meet Amy instead of leaving with Zoe, Lena, Rick, and Marwin. You're standing in front of that wonderful lake, so dearly loved by the Bell family, lost in thought. You are convinced that the unknown hacker succeeded in putting you back on the path toward Amy, but you're also aware that you're leaving the path that leads to Zoe. Right. We want to see Amy. Chapter 7, The Bell Family. Walking down to the lake again, ready to meet up with Lucy, you find her already waiting for you there. Okay, it's dark. Lucy is sitting by the lake. Good evening, Lucy. Come take a seat, let's chat. I'd rather stand. In that case, let's take a walk. I'm glad you decided to come meet us. Really wanted to see Amy here, and I'm glad you asked me for help. Will I be able to see your parents again soon? I'm glad you asked me for help, but I want to see Amy. I asked for your help because I wanted to see how you would answer. Like I already said, Zoe talks about you a lot, but despite that, you keep coming to this lake. Christopher and Sylvia and we all agreed to protect Amy's privacy for 3 or 4 months. So for now, we're not having many people over, but you're lucky because you're honest and you're persistent. But above all, I'm inviting you over because I know that it will do Amy a lot of good to see you. Will she remember me? Someone told me that you guys were trying to hide her from me, though. Thanks for that. I'll make sure Amy feels better. I hope you're all right about that. But yeah, we're trusting Lucy. Who said that? A certain X92, an anonymous person who was sending me messages. Yeah. Tell me more. He insinuated that Amy no longer remembered me. I'm sure it was just nonsense. Never mind. Yeah. We're trusting Lucy. Hopefully it doesn't bite us in the butt. Can you show me? I want to see how this person talks. Yeah, let's show her the texts. I was unable to find the conversation. Never mind then. I don't know who that could be, but it's really worrisome to know that information like that is being spread out in the wild. However, don't be worried when I say this, but we did think a few weeks ago that Amy had forgotten about you. That's not the case anymore. She wouldn't talk about you, but she would often stop and think. It's quite possible that she was thinking about you. She finally asked if there was any news about you. Oh, so she does know. What'd you say? What matters is that you'll tell her. Be careful about what you talk about around my sister. Like what, for example? Don't bring up Chloe. That's completely off limits. That's completely understandable. That's completely understandable. Chloe put her through a year worth of torture and pain. That's what I was hoping to hear. If you had brought her up, I think it would have brought up trauma in Amy's brain that hasn't yet healed. She doesn't even know that Chloe is still on the run. What if Chloe found Amy again? Why doesn't she know this? I don't think that'll happen. Chloe was convinced that she was helping you and me find Amy. Even though she was Amy's kidnapper, we definitely shot ourselves in the foot then. To be honest, if Amy's phone was still in Chloe's car after all that time, it was surely because she believed at times that it was a clue to find Amy, when in reality, that wasn't the case. I added filters to Amy's social media accounts. If someone tries to reach out to her again like that, you can bet that I'll be the one driving that person mental. You clearly love your sister. She's lucky to have you watching out for her. She's lucky to have little Lucy around. That's the mindset to have tongue-tied. When someone has gone through that much trauma, the important thing is to show them that their life isn't only resting on one unsteady pillar that can crumble at any moment. All throughout life, you got to show them how to surround themselves with many pillars that can support them when things are not okay. Besides speaking of sibling affections, I saw the message you sent her. You're very kind to her. I saw that you sent her another message currently and that you were truly sincere in what you were saying. I was persuaded that day that you were truly an honest person. That's right. I am an honest person. I just want to make sure that Amy is okay. And I just want to make sure she's okay and that she remembers me and we can live a long, happy life. Time to see how things are going. The house is only a couple minutes away. You can see it from the lake. You follow her. I'd like to know first how clumsy you are. Imagine for a minute that Amy is frightened when she sees you. How would you react? I would let you handle the situation. I would remain calm. I would just remain calm. Like, I don't know if I would let Lucy handle the situation, but I would just remain calm. What if Amy asks you to go outside with her and she insists? I would tell her to go outside without me, especially if I'm cold. Check with you first, Lucy. I think you're ready. Got another new trophy. Let's go. All right, guys, we're going to end it right here. That was chapters 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right now we're in chapter 8, the Bell family. We're getting ready to talk to Amy. Lucy found us by the lake. We decided not to go on the mountain skiing trip with Zoe and her friends, but instead we decided to stay home and visit Amy with Lucy. Now, again, I still don't know who we're supposed to trust and who we're not supposed to trust. And I haven't really had any issue. I haven't really been able to do any kind of hacking except for that one Zoe message. But either way, in the next video, we're going to get right back into it with chapter 8. I hope you guys are enjoying FriendZoned. If you are, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more, leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching. Love you all. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.